There are cars you notice on the street, and then there are cars that seem to change the very air around them. The Mercedes G-Class has always belonged to the second kind. For nearly half a century, it stood as an unstoppable icon, a sharp-edged reminder that some machines refuse to bow down to trends. People didn't fall in love with the G-Wagon because it was elegant or futuristic. They loved it because it wasn't. It was a steel fortress on wheels, a bold symbol of money, power, and permanence. And now, the debut of the 2026 Mercedes G-Class SUV doesn't feel like a simple update. It feels like an earthquake. Mercedes didn't just polish the legend. They took it apart, challenged its identity, and rebuilt it into something daring, dramatic, and seriously eye-catching. But before we go deeper, if you love powerful cars and bold transformations like this, hit that subscribe button right now and join the family, because what's coming next will blow your mind. The first look at the new G-Class is shocking. For some, it's breathtaking. For others, it almost feels rebellious. Because in the shadows, the G-Class no longer carries the exact shape you remember. The familiar box has evolved into something darker, lower, and more sculpted. The upright lines are now sharp muscles. The boxy armor has transformed into something that looks ready to hunt. At first, your brain hesitates. But then recognition hits hard. It still commands respect. The shoulders still show strength. The stance still screams invincible. It feels new and familiar at the same time, like meeting an old warrior reborn in a stronger body. Mercedes didn't erase the DNA. They upgraded the code. This version, dressed in deep jet black, doesn't shine for attention. It absorbs attention. It's not glossy, flashy black. It's a deep, almost dangerous shade that swallows light. Park it next to a Lamborghini Urus or a Bentley Bentayga and the difference is instant. The others sparkle and shout. The G-Class stays silent. It stands there like a dark monolith, more powerful because it doesn't try too hard. It's not the loud guy in the room. It's the quiet one in the corner who makes everyone nervous without saying a word. Look closer and the aggression becomes beautiful. The grille is now a sculpted shield, sharper and more confident. The headlights are slimmer, like focused eyes cutting through the night. The air vents don't look like simple engineering anymore. They look intentional, alive, carved with purpose. Even the wheels feel less like accessories and more like weapons built for motion. This is no longer accidental luxury from a military past. This is bold design with attitude. Luxury here isn't soft. It's intimidating. It's spicy. It has presence. Step inside and Mercedes proves again why their interiors set the standard. But this time, the change feels dramatic. The old cabin had luxury trapped inside a box. This one feels open and flowing. Black leather wraps around you, smooth and rich. The dashboard no longer stands stiff and straight. It sweeps and curves naturally into your view. The screens don't stick out awkwardly. They glide smoothly into the design. Every stitch and every seam feels like it was tailored just for you. And the lighting is not loud neon or club-style flash. It's a soft, warm glow, almost like being inside a modern cathedral. You don't just sit here. You settle in. You feel important. But don't get too comfortable. Because the moment you start the AMG-tuned hybrid V8, the calm breaks. The SUV doesn't just turn on. It wakes up. A deep growl fills the air. It feels alive, like a heartbeat echoing through metal. Press the throttle and it doesn't struggle. It jumps forward. The old G-Wagon felt like a heavy tank trying to run fast. This one feels like a predator finally unleashed. Quick. Sharp. Hungry. It's not pretending to be a sports car, even though its acceleration could embarrass many of them. It's its own beast, silent. Until it attacks, brutal when it does. On the road, the difference is huge. Yes, it still has weight. But now it moves with confidence. The steering feels tighter. The body roll is controlled by a smart suspension that seems to understand the road before you even do. Corners that once challenged the G-Class are now handled with surprising grace. You're no longer fighting the machine. You're guiding it. You feel in control. Still, the soul remains. You sit high. You feel protected. You feel unstoppable. The aura of toughness hasn't gone anywhere. It's stronger. It's not trying to chase rivals. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT might be quicker. The Lamborghini Urus Performante might shout louder. The Aston Martin DBX might show more drama. But the Mercedes doesn't care. It doesn't want to be a sports car in disguise. It proudly says, "I am my own species." And that confidence is what makes it scary, even when parked. For decades, the G-Wagon was respected because it refused to change. It was stubborn. It was steel rebellion. Now Mercedes has taken a risk and allowed it to evolve. Not by deleting its history, but by proving legends can grow stronger. Some purists will complain. Some will say it lost its magic. But look deeper. The magic didn't disappear. It intensified. This is tradition reborn with more fire. Drive it through the city and watch people carefully. First, confusion.